So the customer said, I've got a problem with my electric shower. And I said, look, with electric showers, I usually just replace them if they're faulty, especially if it's out of warranty. If it's under warranty, then speak to the manufacturer, see if you got warranty. But he said, look, I've got the replacement part. Can you have a look at fitting it? And I thought, do you know what? Yes. Now, I always say yes to looking at replacing things and doing things that I haven't done before, so that, one, I can know exactly what I'm doing next time I do it, and two, it's another thing that I've got knowledge about and it's in my arsenal. So let's have a look at taking this out. Now I can see, well, there's only 2 screws to take it off, but then I realised that one of the screws is covered by loads of different things, so we're going to have to basically strip it all down and take it all apart to try and get to it. And then we've got to work it out, and this is taking me way too much time because I've never done one before. So I'm stripping it out slowly, seeing what I need to remove. Then I think, you know what, let's take the shower out so I can have a better look. So I took the shower out, disconnected it all so I can have a better look, see what is going on, and see what screws I still need to remove to access the PRV that I'm replacing. So I stripped it all down, took it all apart, and yeah, it just pissed out leaking absolutely everywhere. So customer brought a brand new shower because it was out of warranty. So let's have a look. We need to move the cable over because the cable is in the wrong place. Now it doesn't matter about the water feed because look, we can just swap it over and put it in the other side, not a problem. Now we're going to be reusing the compression elbow, but because we're reusing it, we're just going to clean it up because there was a lot of nastiness inside of it. Now, always test your cables by first licking them and then testing them with an electrical tester to make sure that there is no current, there's nothing running through it. So we've chased along, we've moved the cable over, but I'm just going to fill in that gap with some silicone. So we're just going to put some adhesive behind there just so water can't get behind, and we're going to smooth that out. So let's actually put it together. So we're going to put the water connection on first because that will just hold it in place. So we're going to put that elbow on, remove that front the bottom cover, so that just removes, so that can go to one side so it's easier to access and I can get the spanner in there, tighten that up. Now I'm going to do the electrical side. It's just like a 3-pin plug, 3 cables. Now usually they just get, all 3 of them go straight in. Well, on this one it's made by Triton. The earth actually goes to an earth clamp, so you need a little tiny little spanner just to tighten that all on and get that clamped in. So once this is all tightened up and we know that everything's all good, what we can do is we can either go down and turn on the cold mains and see whether or not it's free, or if you're really confident, you can just start screwing it back like me. So use a 5.5mm drill bit. Now you've only just got to go through the tile because there's a cavity behind, and then we're going to push through a plug and a screw from the other side. Now that leaves it nice and tight. That's absolutely lovely. So we're going to get 2 fixings on here because unfortunately the third fixing is where we've knocked out some of them tiles. So we're going to put that bottom cover plate on. Now you can see there's entry points for pipe to come from the right and from the left, but we're going to cover those up. So you just got to make sure you put those caps in so that water can't splash up inside, getting in any of the electrics or get in the shower unit casing itself. So we're going to put that back on. Now we just need to attach the new hose and head. Now we haven't swapped over the riser because the customer said no, I don't want no more holes in my wall, so we haven't swapped over the riser. But it's crucial that you swap over the head for the simple fact that it voids the warranty if you do not have the manufacturer's head and hose on. So we need to put the faceplate back over. Now it has a rainbow cable. I think that's what they call it. They call it ribbon cable. Put the ribbon cable in the right socket. Now there should only be one. There's only one place to put it, and you can't get it the wrong way around because there's a little lug and that seats it in the right way. Push that in. I'm going to put the cover plate over, and it would help if you put it the right way up. Yeah, have a look, Sam. Come on. Yeah, turn it round. That's it. No, the other way. Okay, other way. Right. Push it in, and then you should just be able to do up 3 little grub screws. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Now the one on the left at the top went in easy, the one at the bottom went in easy, but the one on the right didn't want to go in properly, and that's making me think, what's going on here? Getting a bit frustrated with this. So I took the plate back off so I could have a closer look just to see what was going on, because I knew something weren't right. So inside of the casing there's this weird little bit of plastic, and that's what was stopping the screw going all the way through and seating properly. Yeah, a bit bizarre. I don't know what it's for. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments what that is actually for. I tried pulling on it and it wouldn't pull out, so I don't know whether that's like a splash guard, or I don't know. Anyway, we've got the case back on. We're going to flick on the power, and then we're just going to test it and make sure it all runs. So we're going to purge it through. Now, all showers have in the manufacturer's instructions a commissioning guide. Some of them don't. They have a QR code that you need to scan, and that will go through the process of commissioning. So there we go, nice and hot. Oh, what was? I should have prepared what I was going to say before I turned the camera on. I don't know. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe if you want. I'll tell you what's on my mind. The chicken and chips is next to me because I'm starving. So yeah, I hope you like this sort of format. Now, the reason I've gone back to this sort of format, which is what I do on my other social media account, is because it looked like someone with bipolio running a YouTube account, because I just didn't know what my style was going to be, and I was trying to do a different style to what I usually do. I've realised, you know what? Let's just do what I've always done and what I know works for me and I enjoy making. And then every now and again we'll do some little tool reviews, we'll do some bits and bobs that are slightly different to what I usually do. But yes, this is what you need to expect from Professor Plum, which is me doing one job, talking about one job, and having a bit of fun, having a goof, having a gaff, having a laugh, because it's social media and it's not that serious. So hit that subscribe button if you want to. Love you. Bye.